Well, since our last interview, the whole Will Smith slapping incident occurred. You being a fellow comedian, and look, like when I go to a comedy show and I sit in the front row, even if it's a friend of mine who's performing, I expect to get roasted, right?
You look very roastable.
I'm roastable. I've gotten roasted all day long. Tony Rockets, TK Kirkland, Andrew Schultz. Like I've been roasted by the best of them, right? Why do you think Will got triggered to the point of running up on stage and slapping Chris Rock over really just a roast?
Yeah, I guess this is making an excuse for Will, maybe. If I'm saying maybe it was just maybe things accumulating, maybe. Potentially. I was trying to get into his head and see where this came from, because 100% did not agree with nothing he did. I'm with Chris Rock all the way. And Chris Rock was such a G for, handling the way he did, because it could have been really ugly. Chris Rock was a professional person that night.
You could have jumped on Will at that point. It could have been like an actual fight.
It could have been a disaster.
Other people could have joined in.
But Chris was so intelligent that he made it seem like it was just, he made it feel like it wasn't even real.
Like it was part of the show.
It was part of the show.
Because people kept arguing whether it was real or not afterwards.
Because that's how intelligent, that's how smart comedians are. We know how to make things look like, everything's okay, guys.
Right.
Just,
Like he even said, damn, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Exactly. And they laughed because they had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm thinking, okay, let me see. I'm trying to think back. I try to go back to the history of where this all came from, and I think it started a few years ago when they went at Chris Rock the boycott.
Oh yeah, because Will Smith was up for an award, he was up for an Oscar, and I think Jada was telling all the black actors to boycott.
He wasn't nominated, or he was?
I think he wasn't nominated.
He wasn't nominated.
Yeah, right. It was for the CTE movie.
Yeah,
You see,
right.
Concussion.
Concussion.
Yeah.
Right. And then that. So he wasn't, and he went him to like boycott. And then I think something was mentioned. And then what did Chris said about that? Chris said something like when G.I. Jane,
G.I. Jane joke. Yeah.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah, because
when they do G.I. Jane,
Jada was bald.
Right.
Yeah.
When they do G.I. Jane, then you'll get a role. Something like that.
G.I. Jane 2, yeah.
G.I. Jane 2. So I guess for Will Smith, I'm thinking, okay, all right, then you talking about my wife. Now you telling me my wife is not, she can't act in no other movie unless they do a G.I. Jane. You just really, I'm giving this guy an excuse.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I know. I'm trying to help this guy.
You trying to help this guy? Okay.
And I'm like, that's the worst I could think.
Yeah.
Because besides that, I'm like, at the end of the day, like, if you're gonna, you could have went and said something to him when you got your Oscar, when you won that night, then you could have roasted him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
he didn't know he was gonna win though, but
He knew he was gonna win. He knew he was gonna win. It was a setup. Come on, Will Packer was the producer. It was all black that night.
Okay.
It was a black night.